Okay, so today I'm trying to introduce a new format that I can hopefully do once in a while, which will be like this week in YouTube comments and memes by sort of our unholy trinity of me and my two friends, who this is always something I bring up, or I sometimes will react to some of their comments. And what I was really struck into doing it by is because there was this one comment, Magnus wins from like this exact position. I can't remember. And it got like 88,000 upvotes. So what happens is I'll usually say something either in real life to one of them or on stream. And then they'll take it. And one of them, this guy here, right, Austin Cantor, he will. I tried to never say his name because he has some history about him that could whatever, but nobody would know the difference anyway. But the point is that he will often put it in YouTube comments. So I'll show some of those. And then again, a lot of them are stolen from me. Some of them might be his own thing. I don't really care, but we all have each other's permission. I have his permission to look at his stuff and take credit for it. He has my permission to comment the stuff. So it doesn't really matter. And then obviously this guy will obviously take certain things and turn them into videos. Like I'll make a joke like this about some video or something, right? And then they'll often take it. So it's this unholy trinity of shit posting meme talk where I'll just come up with the idea oftentimes. This guy will comment it. This guy will make a video out of it. Like it's stupid, but it's just I was be the sort of thing like, why don't I just comment it myself then? Because I didn't think it's a big deal, or I think it's all so dumb that I would almost just do it ironically. But then I see how much people actually like it. Where I gotta find that video. What the hell is it called? Like just Magnus wins from, or can't believe it's a draw, right? Magnus cannot believe draw. Yeah, the Stockfish said it's a draw. Something like that. It's not that one though. This position is a draw, he says. And so I see that video and damn it, I can't find it. Cannot believe Stockfish. No, but it's insane the number of likes some of these get. So I normally wouldn't care, and I don't want that kind of attention. I think it's dumb anyway. This is the one I think. But then when I see how much attention it gets, I figure I may as well just at least play into it a little bit because it's the dumb shit that people like. So I saw this, right, like the day it came out, and then I just made like a little joke, and then he comments it, right? He steals my comment as usual, which I don't mind. And bro has 94K likes. So this is my comment. Right, this is literally my joke. And again, I wouldn't care, and I didn't care. But like, look, dude, how did it get that many fucking likes? Like, he's looking at the normal starting position in chess. And my whole premise with it is just that because every position is a draw anyway, and I was making fun of the video because it doesn't show you the position. He doesn't believe Stockfish that this position is a draw, but it's such a dumb short because it doesn't actually show you. It doesn't actually show you what the position is. You win this all the time. And then it shows you the final position, but it doesn't show you what position they're actually talking about. So what kind of a dumb video is that, right? It's so stupid. What do we learn from the video? That he doesn't think a particular position. How about you show the fucking position? So the point is that that's what I was making fun of more, and just saying like, oh, it could be the starting position then, because every position, that's always a draw according to Stockfish. But I think maybe I looked at these and some people took it a different way. They're taking it like, oh, because he's so good that he sees that. But even with him being so good, the majority of games for him are still a draw. So that wasn't even really my point. Like, oh, he's so good, so he says that no matter what position he sees or at the beginning of a game. But the real joke is just that the starting position is a draw anyway. So, you could be saying that like, oh, I can't believe it. Every position, every starting game is just a draw anyway, because that's just how chess works. So I cannot believe that got 94K likes. So what I'll do is I'll look at, some of his most recent ones here. I couldn't think of how else to do it. So this would be just like from the last day. But apparently some of these people really like, and I'm trying to think of some of his best ones from over the years. Like I've seen some that have gotten like 20K likes, or there was one that I really liked, which I probably won't be able to find. It was like, it was just, of course, a joke that I made, but it was something like, there was a video that he made that maybe contained it. It was like some movie. Let's see how far back we go. It was like a movie joke where I was like, yeah, this is it. If you don't like me when I'm doing fart jokes, you don't deserve me when I'm doing existential drama. Because I have this weird relationship with Jim Carrey movies as somebody who reviewed movies in the past. And it was like, that's me, by the way, oldest critic. Before anybody else streamed chats or anything, I was the first, like he goes from making these shitty comedies, so I always dismiss him and avoid watching his movies. And he goes from that to ultimately making what I consider the best movie of all time, which is The Truman Show, and even some other really good ones like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. But the whole point is that, you're making fun of that. Oh, if you don't like me when I'm doing fart jokes in Ace Ventura, you don't deserve me in The Truman Show. Like, some of these are pretty good. Right, so I like these. I just do these sort of in passing, and I never. This shows you like the lowest common denominator, vacuous nature of the time we live in. Like this hawk to a girl, right, where she says a little thing. She's just doing it on an interview, but then people obsess over it. Like these are dumb things, and I don't like them. But apparently, people love them, and they're like, this is the kind of dumb shit that they do. I don't know. Let me not even listen to it, but. I don't always make movies, but when I do, the top three highest grossing of all time, obviously including Titanic and the two Avatar movies, and he took his sweet time. I heard you like Blue from Avatar 2, so I took blue people and had them fight other blue people and made the villains blue people too, so that they could fight blue people while saving blue people and also do it underwater. So it's blue people under blue water fighting other blue people because we made the villains blue too. And that's Avatar 2. And then this one was kind of a little dark, like, or just extreme. It was like, I don't know whether to feel bad for being. It's a joke, of course, not that I really felt that way. I don't know whether to feel bad about being aroused by Kiri because she's underage in the movie or because she's voiced by an old woman, right? Should I feel weird being attracted to her because she's a little girl or because she's voiced by an old woman, Sigourney Weaver? And the answer is, I'm obviously just joking, but it's a funny joke. The way this is making fun of the Nolan technique, where this is a pretty good video. I'm surprised it only has 19 views. These are hilarious. This is like the way of water connects all things, right? So he says the name of the movie. Only Nolan can get away. Someone of Nolan's incredible screenwriting talent could get away with doing a name drop of the title, like in The Dark Knight. He's a silent guardian, a watchful protector, a Dark Knight. He can do it because he's a god-level screenwriter. James Cameron does it, and I'm cringing sitting there, right? I'm watching it with a friend, and they're like cracking up. Like I literally roll my eyes. I'm fucking like, dude, you think you're Christopher Nolan. This one was that she's the robot because I always make this joke about her face being so perfectly symmetrical. So that was the real purpose of Megan, to test who is the real robot. Like, is a robot's face more perfectly symmetrical than Allison Williams? So the twist could be she turns out to be the robot. And it's also consistent with her like being the villain and Get Out and stuff. Like she could be the sleeper villain. And then this is a joke on the trailer of Megan where it's like, I can't wait to find out why she just starts dancing. And they don't give, like, when you're watching the trailer. And the answer is, there's no reason. She just does. She's not even really malfunctioning or anything up to that point. The way it would have been better qualified actually is she's dancing like that, the same sort of style with the girl, right? The young girl earlier in the movie. And so if they played the same song, which they don't, and in fact, the song that's playing here, I think is just in the background for the audience too. It's not even there, like over the intercom or something, but she's dancing to a particular song earlier in the movie with the young girl and doing these similar moves. So it could be like something conditioned in her. Whenever she hears this song, right, that same song, she'll dance in the same way. And that song happens to come on the intercom, right, when she's in this hallway, and that's why she does it. That would make sense, but that's not actually what happens. Either there is no song there, or it's certainly not the same one. So that's the way they could have at least explained it, but they just don't explain it. If you don't like me when I'm doing fart jokes, you don't deserve me when I'm doing existential drama. Oh, that's the last one, I guess. That one is classic, dude. And yeah, that's one that he commented too. See, this all goes hand in hand. Just recycle each other's content. There is some good shit in here, but unfortunately, that's the stuff that doesn't really get as much appreciation. So I'll take credit for all of it, even though, I mean, again, it's all give and take. Like, not every single one of these is going to be my idea, but a lot of them are. So look at some of those. Let's look at the comments first. So again, I'm the person who says the idea or comes up with the idea either when I see a video or something in passing, I say it to them, or I'll say it on stream sometimes, and they'll take it from there. So again, I give total permission to do that, but it's just kind of weird. So this is just some random comments of his. Some of them are probably gonna have nothing to do with this, but bro would have been pretty young. What is the joke here? Let's try to understand, because his type of humor is dumb, and he loves using the skull dead emoji. I think he uses it ironically, but I won't speak for him in that regard. He might just use it for real. Like, how could it be in 2004, I guess is the joke, right? How the fuck? I'm guessing they mistyped it, like, The Olympics were not in Paris in 2004. I don't even understand what that one is. This one is Venezuela's authoritarian leader Maduro is declared winner, but you have nothing to say about the U.S. election in 2020. Okay, fine. Can the U.S. be in a couple months? January 6th, MAGA's rehearsal. Okay, whatever. Some of these I don't care about, but some of them will. We should go by upvotes, but I don't know how to really figure out which ones of his are going to have the most upvotes offhand. I just have to look through, everything he's ever said. There should be a better way to do that. You should be able to look up somebody else's comment history. You can see your own if you go on your channel, but there's no point in that because I never even use mine. Like, I barely comment. He misspoke. That would be fair anytime Trump says anything. Okay, a lot of this is politics stuff. People reach leaps and bounds, yeah. In fact, there was a video like that I was gonna try to suggest for my for the nonstop gamer, my other friend, to make, and the reason why is because it would be like Obama saying, "Oh, I could have a third term," with somebody using an earpiece. Like, "Oh wow, that sounds like a slight against democracy. Like you're trying to have a third term," or even this moment here. Right, and they put the little annotation. That's how you know it's not Orwellian or they're not trying to control what you think, dude. You didn't do that for any other video ever in the history of life, but now you'll do it for these. Plot armor. I've criticized his Darth Maul scene a lot, so he could be rehashing some of my thoughts there. I don't really care, but my whole thing about this is just they could have qualified it in a game theory sense, like Qui-Gon helps him, otherwise he overcomes the high ground, whatever. That's something I've talked about a lot. What a shock. Okay, don't really care about that. At least I know he isn't going to bomb me. He's way too close. When you see Obama, because of course Obama infamously bombed. Maybe I should just do this the whole time, but how would I find all his comments? That's the problem. What am I supposed to do? Like, those ones I had prepared, right? But how the fuck do I know I'll try to see if I can find a way. I wouldn't mind even skipping the WoW session just to indulge in this as like a potential format. I won't do this as like an actual category. I'll just do it in between if I have time here and there. Right? It'd be fun to keep up with it on a regular basis because this is how dumb and reactionary content is that people actually like. But yeah, at least he's not going to bomb me like he did the Middle East to the point where the U.S. actually ran out of bombs because he's so close. So none of these are really mine so far. I think maybe what he would have said in the Darth Maul. Wait, where is this comment even here? Oh no, am I gonna have to go looking for it? Which with some of these is be really hard, or it should be relatively recent. Wait, what? Wait, where the fuck is he? I'm so confused. Maybe it was removed? Or it could have been, I don't know what happened with that one. He was president for 4 years. Why is it always about his personality, never about his policies? He was president for 4 years already and had success, both economically and in terms of avoiding war. It's almost as though his detractors would rather ignore his policy success and divert with ad hominem. I mean, he sounds kind of like, again, these are people who are part of the debate format and all this kind of stuff that would, I'm not going to say I take credit for how he's saying that, but whatever. It's similar to stuff I would say. These smartphones be killing babies, Jesus. I don't know what the fuck that means. Just the fact that, because what is happening? Because they're on their phone here, so like he's making fun, like, oh yeah, totally. Jesus said this about the smartphone generation, so oddly specific. I don't need money, I need Jesus. Can I have it then? Okay. I'd love to just go through like his entire thing, but you'd be surprised. Or I did this little search through his history too, and like he showed it to me, and then I did a control F to see how many times he used the skull dead emoji, and it was like 500 plus or something. This man's only able to answer softball questions. This is Trump again. He wants to be president of the U.S., cannot answer a fair, tough question. He's intellectually weak and limited. Would be fair if the other side got these questions too, right? But they get only softball stuff. This is what he loves to do. This sort of quotation thing. Sometimes he's quoting me even, but like he'll just make a joke quote that like who is even saying that? Accused plotters of September 11 agree to plead guilty. Sir, it's 2024. As in, like, what the fuck are you doing? You're like 23 years late. Like, what the fuck does this have to do with anything? If I came prepared, I would have won gold. This I saw some news article about, like, that he came sort of without, yeah, with no specialized lenses, eye cover, or ear protection, got the silver medal. So if I came with those things, I would have got gold. That one's pretty good. Dina is washed. I don't know what the hell this is. Um, some cloud chasing chess event. Asking for a friend. Some of these are pretty insightful. See, this is one of my adherents from my debate format, actually, because there's not that much presence of that anymore because I never uploaded stuff, but it has relevance, and I should probably try to, revive it a little bit. This is me trying to revive my debate format by reading fucking YouTube comments like this. They aren't. Why are female chess players all gorgeous? They aren't. They're only the ones who are lower rated but get more attention than the better ones. Wonder if there's a correlation. Okay, but no, like, my whole thing is chess is openly sexist against men because they give women special titles. Objective fact. I don't know what this is all. I always thought Fargo was a little bit overrated as a movie. I always thought it was ordinary, like a TV movie, and I don't get what makes it considered so great. And I've seen it multiple times, and it just seems sort of ordinary. Like, oh, it's black comedy, but so what? I don't see what's so special about it. They could have just flown in the Grey Eagles. This is like, what, Lord of the Rings? At a certain point, once the military presence diverted Sauron's army, Sauron had an air force. What did he have in his air force, though? I know he has, like, dragons and stuff, but probably not too many. If they, like, the Witch King is riding a fucking dragon, he'll just chomp that shit down. Just like the normal circumstances, there's no way he wouldn't be shot down or attacked. That's always the best fun thing. Like, you debate something that's not real, like folly favoritism, like, movies or Star Wars or whatever, right? You debate those things because you can't hurt anybody's feelings, like with sports, right? ESPN First Take or something. It doesn't matter. You can be as aggressive or passionate as you want, and it's all in good fun because whether you're right or wrong, it's not going to affect your life. It has no burden of consequence. So you can go all out and channel your passion into it, like zero-sum half-mass functionalism and stuff like that. But the reason why it's relevant if you talk politics or something like that, then people get all butthurt and take it personally because it actually feels like it has an impact on their life. So that's the difference, where it's easier to talk about those subjects, like, oh, we can debate the Lord of the Rings movies, or that's easier to do because you're not really affecting anybody. Genghis Khan was the greatest conqueror. He was. Julius Caesar was great. Jesus Christ be like. But this is kind of a bad analogy too, because this is a good way to just find sort of meme posts to look at too, to react to in that level. But you're comparing somebody who actually conquers them physically versus, doing it in a sense of just them believing in the faith. It's a little bit different, right? And to do it in your own time. Jesus didn't do that while he was alive, all due respect, right? And he didn't actually conquer the land. He just, to conquer the mind is easier than the flesh. That's actually not a bad line. So let me look at some of these now. I'll just look at, like, the most recent ones. Yeah, see, like, he stole my idea here, but it doesn't matter. So the same comment, they got 94,000 views. Maybe they don't know, but he put it right here. That got 94,000 views, only got 466 things here, views, right? Shouldn't it get a proportional amount? That is insane. I don't think people read 94. My whole fucking channel barely has 94,000 views on it, like, total. Or maybe it has a little more than that, but that is fucking nuts, bro. Yeah, I should make a clip dedicated just to that, where I show, like, my shock at that. Like, let's just look at some of these. I don't want to inflate his viewer count or whatever, but some of the, I should go back to, there was a period where he stopped doing it. Let me see. One of my favorite ones was this one. It was like Tom Brady versus, where is it? This one is fucking awesome. No, it must be before this. Tom Brady versus Max Kellerman. Where the fuck is it? You would think I would notice from the, oh yeah, here. Tom Brady versus Max Kellerman, anime edition. So guess what this is going to be, and it is actually classic. So this is one that I take 100% credit for. It only has 68 views. Oh, I don't even have the audio turned on. Because he actually says, that's his infamous line that everybody makes fun of, is that he's going over that cliff, like Tom Brady's gonna fall off a cliff. So it takes that scene, he's going over, it's so good, dude. I don't even have to explain it. Anna Kremling, when she realized how much more money she makes than Grandmasters. So this is pretty obvious what it's gonna be. It's just her laughing the whole time, like that. That is a joke that I made at some point, I'm pretty sure too. Like, this is really the state of internet content. Like, I don't even know what to tell you, bro. I'll just sit here the whole time reacting to all this shit. Let's see what else is good here. Video games never let you kill kids, and then you get killed by the. I think that's actually from my gameplay itself, right? Like where I failed my permadeath first playthrough of A Plague Tale: Innocence. When your girlfriend asks if she's getting fat. When you realize you made more money from.
Maybe. I don't know. Not really.
Or yeah, you would associate that more with the line of you can always be thinner, look better, would probably be the more obvious one to do. When you realize you made more from TikTok reactions. This is like the happy to sad meme, I guess. Makes 10 million from being an esports player or less, and he makes 100 million plus from obviously being that. When a producer hires Nicolas Cage behind your back, or he got all sneaky with the thumbnails later, like where he makes them different than what is actually in the video. So when a producer hires Nicolas Cage behind your back, this is actually the scene from the movie though that he's showing.
And you're a nosy Parker, and that's no way for a young lady to behave. And shame on you.
I don't know how much. I mean, they're all short form clips. When a Nolan movie comes on, that one I already know is like damn good television. From I'm not gonna watch like all of them, but this one was mine. But this is a little dark idea. I won't even play it. Sir, this is a taxi. It starts off right when he says that you should see. You should see what a 44 Magnum does to a woman's you know what sensitive area. That you should see. Right, just in the middle of that conversation, like, and he doesn't obviously say, "Sir, this is a taxi," but it's like, it's the perfect example. He's going on rambling about shooting somebody in a sensitive spot and like all this kind of dark shit. When he heard about the Batman, I'm pretty sure this is, I've seen most of these before, like Ra's al Ghul saying, amusing but pointless, right, from Batman Begins. This is the scene that you see here in this when he tells the director to tone down the overacting. A benevolent God would not ask such things of man, right? He really clowns on Nicolas Cage. When the director tells him to tone down the overacting, I don't know, like how much of this would I really be able to show? Maybe I should be able to.
Benevolent God would not ask such things of men.
This is all the format is. It's like, take a line that would sort of fit with what you're making the joke, right? So it makes itself.
All right, quit pressuring me, please.
6-second ad. This was this is one of my favorites. See, this is the kind of shit. M. Night Shyamalan, when you get through one of his movies, guess what this is. Like, you could vote, you could have people guess what clip from what movie ever this could possibly be.
Young fool. Only now, at the end, do you understand?
It's so perfect, but you wouldn't have ever thought of that. Lady in the Water is mad. I see some cuffs. This is just when he basically says boo-hoo as if to imply he's crying. This one's pretty good. Like, every villain before they attack a protagonist.
There you are.
You make a big spectacle and you do that. This is like cooler with the anti-Semitic remarks from the American Psycho. This is $1 billion from like Mr. Deed. So see, I mean, as a movie expert, I obviously have come up with a lot of these. This is like, you know how much I sacrificed from the Green Goblin. I don't want to show too much of this. It's much too vulgar a display of power, Karis. When a movie has to justify its special effects limitations. Right, like, why don't you just remove those straps yourself? Which is not really the point of the line, but still. This one I feel like people didn't really understand. 436 views. Or like, it's very confusing. It's like, it's Nicolas Cage in the foreground saying something. It's very nuanced, like, because Talia Shire is his, I don't know how to explain it. Like, Francis Ford Coppola's nephew is Nicolas Cage, so it's the line from, let me show it.
I know what this is. They'll try to stop me out because of his crazy little nephew being around. Well, vive
So the point is that you want to snuff Talia Shire out. But see, that's not Talia Shire in this joke. This is Talia Shire in the joke, which means that he's complaining about the fact she would be complaining about the fact that you want to stuff me out and my popularity because his little greasy nephew Nicolas Cage is around. Like, it's very complicated of a joke. When you this is him using the R word. He's just asking, "What am I, an R word man?" And then when he Stop It gets some help when he drafts Kwame Brown, Adam Morrison. When MJ makes a good draft pick, then you have my permission to buy. So what is this? Just him making the draft pick? Yeah, I guess it must be. This is like some crazy laugh. There's like a Kira laugh worthy moment too. That just him laughing like crazy. Or no, this is like the Kira laugh type of thing. That's like him playing against Mr. Beast, 200 rated Mr. Beast. Like, look at his most viewed videos just to show how stupid it is. 662,000, and this is the one that he actually links to my channel in there too. But 662,000, it's like the dealer looking constipated. This is, I don't even know. This is the one with that crazy laugh that we just saw. This clip is actually a donation that I myself sent with like some question to Asvin, or like some statement. Let me actually watch this one.
A little bit behind. I quit WoW and Cat. I searched for a game that was worthy of the successor. Skyrim gave me a sense of wonder that remains to this day. The only game that says WoW played 1,000+ hours. If you're serious about variety, you should try it.
That is my actual donation. I clown Asmongold. Look at his response. It's so stupid.
I quit playing Skyrim halfway on the road up to getting my head cut off for the beginning cinematic because I got bored.
I exposed Asmongold, dude. Exposed. Even though I like him, he's smart, but he's saying that he's getting bored, and my friend kind of makes the comment exactly. Here. Imagine complaining about a cutscene or a story in a game where you have more freedom to avoid stories and cutscenes more so than any game in existence. This comment kind of triggers me just in how oxymoronic to the game it is. Literally, after that single initial compulsory story intro, you can go around for hundreds of hours and never talk to anyone and do any main or side quests. But the point is, saying that you get bored on the wagon in the opening cutscene is the dumbest thing to say with that game, because what about any other game in existence? That's like saying in World of Warcraft, you get bored reading the quest text in Elwyn Forest. I guess the argument there is at least you could skip it, or you could skip the opening cutscene with the dialogue, like with the narration. But the point is that it is very stupid because, you know, you can't really judge a game like that. There's so many, you know, the majority of games are not going to, they're gonna be even more forceful than that. This one I had said, like, what is it? Star Wars fans when 10th retcon TV series comes out.
I want more. And I know I shouldn't.
Okay, and then George Lucas and Disney accused him of turning Star Wars fans against him. You have done that yourself. Luke, am I by chance related to anyone affiliated with the Empire? And then he says, possibly. If that's like, then the world is round. Uncle Drew. A lot of Kyrie Irving jokes believing the world is round. If you don't like me when I do, I wonder what the clip actually is though. This is the line, but this is him doing a fart joke, and then this is him doing existential drama. Obviously, the Truman Show. That is such a good line, but it's maybe this is when he like contests Kawhi Leonard. I don't know what that is. Let's see. These are kind of more recent. I love when he says, "That's it. That's the thing," which I think he does actually say that. It's not a dog. It's a thing. So if anybody knew Norwegian, they would have known that from the beginning. Right. This got a lot of views, actually. Let's see what this is.
On just like a scale of 0 to 100%, how much do you support Project 2025?
I think, like President Trump, I haven't looked all that deeply at Project 2025, but it seems that Democrats on this committee, sort of like Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, if they say Project 2025 enough, their presidential candidate becomes alive again.
And so...
Okay. In space, no one can hear you scream. I guess it's Howard the Duck screaming. No one cared. Yeah, this is another joke that I made that the other guy commented. No one cared who I was until I put on the webcam. It's like when he says kidding to the guy when he's like younger. This is like, I can't remember. This one I know. This is like from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where he's like...
Everybody's always blaming me for everything.
Yeah, that is pretty classic. Anime isn't bad for kids. I had said this one, like where they're chanting Satan, Satan, like Mr. Satan. Like, the idea behind them is good. This one I had said is the one from The Shining. This one I said a number of times. It took him a long time to finally do it. Go check it out from The Shining. Because it'll keep spamming you. Like, I look up one thing. I'm looking up something about toothpaste, and then the next 50 million ads I get are to do with toothpaste. Like, dude, I already got it. How many more do I need? Or like, you know, I need Tylenol. I have a headache, so I look up headache medicine, Tylenol, whatever, and then I order it, or I go get it at a local store, and then I come back and it's like, now I'm seeing 100 ads for Tylenol. Like, what are you trying to do? Get me to overdose and fucking die? Because I only need one thing of it. I don't need fucking, you know, it's not one of those things that you're just gonna keep getting more and more of. Rachel and Ross, The Married Years. This one is pretty funny. It's just the guy, fossils, dun dun dun, which I don't even know what that's from. But the guy's just kind of in bed next to his wife, whatever, doing that. This one is what?
Okay, bishop h3, rook h3, queen d7, rook h5, queen f5, g6, I thought was a draw.
Okay, just because he says it so quickly. This one is Cheeseburger Family. A pretty good rhyme. This is the interview clip of, like, him saying you're gangsters, but in a good way. Like, see how he twists it. He's insulting somebody, saying you're gangsters, but because he played gangsters notoriously, right, it's like, oh, he's finally ready to hand off the reins. This is that meme. It's not you, it's not on you, Paul, it's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
Okay, that one I'm not gonna look at. Texas Chainsaw Massacre asked when they heard it's the last day of filming. Okay. Rescue the girl, they said. You'll be a hero, they said. That's also from the same thing. I don't know what some of these things are.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Okay, like she made that stupid comment where she's like the first female lead ever or something. Least fake Botez content. This must be the thumbnail where she's like posing for the thumbnail. Top 10 rappers Eminem is afraid to diss.
In fact, I came here based on Baruma's kind persuasion, but I won't need to use the cento this time.
Kind of rhymes, I guess. That's like from the Big Green dub or something. One of those shitty dubs. This one I love. This is one of my favorite ideas that I've ever had.
Get me the government.
Because you see it's a priest saying, get me the government. So it's like you regret the separation of church and state in a very literal sense. And you have a priest go looking for the government. This is like the rave moment. Gandalf the Iridescent isn't real. It's like, why is he called Gandalf the Iridescent? Because he's using these multicolored rainbow fucking lights. This is YouTube content in 2024. This is the brain rot state that we're in. So we may as well embrace it. 196 videos. I'm actually catching up to him on subscribers. I'm almost there. I have like 318 or something like that on mine. Ron Paul to the Federal Reserve when he finally started believing in inflation. When people...
All my life I've been in love with its color.
The gold standard. Godzilla isn't real. He can't hurt you. Okay, it's a big head. When you agreed to debate Donald Trump.
So you have chosen death.
Okay, I guess that didn't happen in 2020 though, but for whatever circumstance. We have Pulp Fiction at home.
Also, you know what they call cheese in Paris? What they call it? Le fromage. Le fromage.
This must be a deliberate reference by them though. Okay, that's enough, but it was just to show, like, maybe once in a while I'll show some of their best things. The one thing I'd almost like to show here is the simple fact that I would like to show more of the other comments. Like, if I can find the most popular ones that he's posted, like with the most upvotes and everything, but I can't think of really how to narrow it down like that.